Yo, what's up? You can get a call with me actually. It'll probably be easier to discuss things if you want to do it that way. Just call me on Discord whenever.
Oh,
Yo.
can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Oh no, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You will hate me on this game.
You think so?
I was very greedy, no bunker, just harassed a lot. Then I switched to dropship and just even out the game. But then I just two expands, right? 3 bases in total, and then just waiting for free, and he just have all his map and carriers went out and GG. And
Okay.
I don't know during which period I could attack him.
Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll screen share.
Protoss can have all his map is a bad idea, you know, just camping.
Yeah, I forgot I can't stream. Give me one second.
Oh,
I forgot I can't screen share and stream at the same time. It screws my stream up.
okay.
But I think I want to see if I'm gonna test something out here. So I'm gonna
Let's do it.
turn my resolution down
New meta, bro.
and see if this actually helps. Because the problem is my encoder is getting overloaded. Because I record and stream at like 1440.
You always had this problem, or
No, so this started
recently?
happening. So what actually happened was somebody gave me Nitro,
Mm-hmm.
and I never tested it out, so we're gonna test it out now. But what I think happened is when they gave me Nitro, I was streaming on Discord at 1440 instead of 720, and I think that was pushing my encoder over the limit. So I just turned it down to 720.
Should work.
And right now it looks like actually may have fixed the problem.
I believe in you.
I just like randomly had this idea. It was like when I was sleeping, I was like, oh, maybe this is what happened. And then I never tested it out, so we're doing that now. And it actually looks like I was right. I think. Because it just crashed. When I just started streaming with you, it crashed my stream twice.
And then, genius ideas always comes when you take shower or before sleep. So makes sense.
Actually true though. Like so often I'll be sleeping and like wake up and be like, dude, I figured it out.
Dude, I forgot that too. SCV, I could have won.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, but it seems like it's working now, which is cool. Okay. All right. So sorry, I didn't hear your question or your answer. So what do you feel like went wrong?
I was just camping a lot and just Protoss takes so his map obviously doesn't work.
Okay.
But I don't know during which period I could have come out. Maybe at 250.
So your issue right now is that you don't know when you can come out, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can we'll see how this goes and maybe kind of figure it out. I mean, I'm not the best one for that problem because I also tend to camp a little too much, honestly. Like I have this problem that I'm not aggressive enough. But yeah, we'll try and see what we can figure out here. I'll pick at some little things. I wanted to check what is your MMR at right now?
1718.
Okay.
Around.
It's actually not that bad. high C.
Improved, I improved.
And let me see this guy. Okay, and this guy was like 1900, so... Okay. So I'll try to give advice that I think will be appropriate for your rank then. But at almost B rank, I feel like I can be relatively picky with you then.
Yeah, sounds good.
I wish there was a way to start the replay from the beginning just to like double check your mining, but we'll see. Maybe it's okay.
Should be. I believe it was a good one. So I had this new idea from Flash for the win. He said you don't need a bunker if he's not building a lot of goons or just. Anyway, I made a mistake because he built one zealot and 2 goons, and I was fucked up.
Okay. And you skipped a bunker?
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, it should never happen. If you get first scout, there's no reason you should be caught off guard by anything.
It's just hard during game time proceed all information, no, just I can't think.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna see the zealot come out here.
Yeah, I will.
So you knew this was out, right? You saw this. Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't bunker this game?
Yeah, I was a bit too confident I can pull this out without it.
Okay.
Like, I was thinking maybe he will not attack, you know?
Well, I mean, you don't have to, like, rush the bunker, but you need to go up to at least 4 Marines. So because you see Zealot, you're gonna need that extra depot, because you're gonna want to go to 4 Marines and Vulture, at least.
I believe I skipped the depot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great. Like, once they make the Zealot, it's okay to make the depot and just have the extra units. I mean, unless he, like, loses the Zealot, obviously, but he shouldn't. Because now the issue is that he's going to have Goon Zealot probe if he wants, before you will have your bunker, and you're not going to have enough Marines to fight. Him chasing here is actually a really big mistake by him. He shouldn't be doing that. Okay, well you do go to 4 Marines at least, but you're gonna be supply blocked forever. Like this is why you need the bunker, the depot. So whenever they make the Zealot, just go ahead and always drop at their depot, right? We don't have to be like crazy optimal at this MMR. You can drop the depot right away. You're gonna go to 4 Marines like you did, which is good. But now we're not going to be making SCVs. I mean, we're just now starting our depot while we're already supply blocked. So we're not going to be making SCVs or anything forever now, right?
Yeah.
So any advantage that you could have had from him opening Zealot is gone now. Because, like, imagine you make this depot right away. Yes, your CC's a little bit later, but what does that matter? Because this Nexus is also going to be later a lot of the times because of the Zealot. And he actually went to Gateway, which is crazy. And even if his Nexus is a little bit faster, it's fine. You're going to be pumping SCVs. You'll have the worker count, so he'll have the slightly faster Nexus, but you'll have the additional workers, and you're not going to be behind. You'll actually be ahead. So yeah, go ahead and drop the 3rd depot anytime you see Zealot.
Okay.
Okay, well this is obviously bad too. We took, what, 3 hits from the Zealot? On our Vulture. And you even confirmed 2nd Gateway. So you skipped bunker after seeing 2nd Gateway.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, we'll see what happens, but
yeah.
You should just be dead. Straight up. There's no reason you should live. Sorry, I missed it again, but I'm getting distracted here. But I mean, this is just going to be a micro issue too. So when you see 2 gate here, you should. I would get this off of the CC and start my bunker now, Like, you need this now. You can go back to the CC later. You don't need a faster CC like this anymore because he's already committing to this, like, all-in, essentially. I mean, it's not all-in, but he's going to be really, really far behind. So all you need to do is make sure you don't take damage. If you don't take damage, you're incredibly far ahead, especially if we made this depot. Like I said, we'd be open workers, we'd have the faster CC, and make the bunker. Yeah. Coming out with this Vulture is good, right, because he opens Zealot. So you should be going for this poke. This is good, but you should never, ever be getting hit by the Zealot, ever. Yeah, we took 4 hits. 3 there, and we take 1 more. This should never happen. So you should have a full HP Vulture, a half-dead Zealot, a bunker. Yeah, that's what I told him, Wolfix. I told him as soon as he sees the Zealot, he makes the 3rd depot. Always. So yeah, this is obviously terrible, having the Vulture take damage. Skipping bunker after seeing 2-gate is, you know, in the nicest way possible, the most retarded thing I've ever heard before. Because
yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to optimize it like S rank.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Not only do you not need to optimize it like that, but that's not even a real optimization. This is just suicide. I mean, if this is S rank, it doesn't matter. Like, Flash should die here if he's playing against an S rank Protoss for doing this. For skipping their depot, for taking all those Vulture hits. It doesn't matter, right? You also don't go mines against 2-gate, you go siege mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's going to be so many Dragoons, potentially, that you just need your tanks. You have to have siege mode and you're just defending. Defending puts you really far ahead. So you should be dead here. The fact that the game goes on is actually crazy.
Playing like a strong, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we're starting
that's
bunker.
at the bunker.
I mean, obviously, like, you understand, like, this is terrible. You don't need to... Like, obviously it's good to push for advantages, right? Like, you're gonna be cutting, like, little corners here and there, but this is just not a realistic reaction. You don't need to cut corners anymore because of what you scouted. It'd be one thing if you, like, didn't see any of this, and I could explain to you how to have seen it coming, but the fact that you saw this and these were the decisions you made is, like, a legitimate issue. So, yeah, when you see Zealot, 3rd depot, always. You're gonna go to 4 Marines. And don't skip the bunker, honestly. Like, even with 4 Marines and a Vulture, it can be hard to hold if you're not microing well against the Zealot Goon Probe. Coming out with the Vulture was good, like I said, to look for damage on the Zealot, but you should never take those hits. And then, yeah, you go siege mode if you see 2-gate. Right, so now here's what's going to end up happening, right? We're down 3 workers. Our CC should be delayed. We're going to lose SCVs. We're pulling off on mining. So basically, every lead we could have had is going to be completely gone by the end of this.
So in which case can I skip a bunker?
You can skip bunker... I mean, I personally don't like skipping the bunker. I feel like at C rank, honestly, I would tell you until you're getting to A rank not to even worry about skipping bunker. You don't need that kind of optimization at this level. Yeah, I say just, it's better to play safe, and then once you're hitting, like, A rank, we can start talking about those optimizations, but... Wolfix says, only do Scout Nexus at 3 minutes. Yeah. Even, I mean, like, I see sometimes people will skip bunker against, like, a normal, like, 23 Nexus, but it's typically if they're, like, opening tank, if they're planning, like, an FD or something. I don't know. I would never, I don't recommend this. I wouldn't suggest this ever, unless, like Wolfix says, you're seeing a Nexus first. That's the only time I would say skip bunker.
I kind of agree with you, but just as additional opinion, if I learn right now when to skip bunker when not, it will be easier later, you know. So maybe I should start implementing this right now.
No. The reason I say no is because you're already missing so many basic fundamentals in your opening, right? Like the not making the depot, not reacting to the 2-gate and stuff like that. That I think we need to focus more on fixing our basics before we start worrying about optimizing like A and S rank build orders and optimizations.
Okay,
right? Like,
sounds good.
Like we're losing our vulture to a zealot, right? We're not making our third depot. We're, our gas was like 143 or 144. It was like a few seconds late. Like, we need to fix like our really simple stuff before we worry about the really complicated stuff. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I agree.
So we're gonna lose a few SCVs, right? We lost a bunch of Marines, so we're gonna be remaking our Marines. So yeah, we're down 7 workers now. So any lead that we could have had is like I said, it's kind of gone now. From here, I mean, it's kind of playable, but it's hard. We didn't pull the tank back, right? So like, this is kind of what I mean. Like, we don't even have, we're not microing, so we don't need to be talking about skipping bunker builds, right? Like, once you get, like, your solid basics and your mechanics are up, then we can talk about those kind of optimizations. But, like, come on, you got 4 goons jumping through on top of your tank and you didn't move it, right? So, let's focus on, like, our micro and stuff like that before we're skipping bunker. I know it sounds harsh, right? But it's just, I think it's really important that you focus on the right things right now.
No, I agree. It's not harsh at all.
Oh yeah,
but
and like I said,
I was tired. Don't forget.
Yeah, and you see here the pain that we're going through now by not going siege mode first, right? All of this damage we just took from this follow-up is avoided if we have a siege tank on the high ground instead. So we lost a few more SCVs, we lost our tank, we're having to pull off to repair again, so we're down 8 workers as Nexus is done. We're just super far behind now.
Yeah.
To me, this game's... I almost want to call it not playable. It is playable, right? There are situations where we can play it extremely slow, but this is the kind of opener where it's like, okay, this opening sucked. We're going to try and win 30 minutes from now instead.
Mm-hmm.
So the play from here, if you wanted to keep playing, is play it really slow, and we're going to slowly split the map. But there's absolutely no way we can kill him with a push anymore. Right? We just continue worker production, which you are typically like... I've mentioned this before. Your macro and nothing's going on is actually fine. It's completely fine. I think you have good macro. Yeah, so from here,
so I started
you go drop.
Experimenting.
Okay.
Like, I'm going dropship, just to try this out. I never do this, but
yeah,
maybe I can. And it worked, actually.
Yeah, it's not the worst idea, honestly, trying to get some sort of counter damage. Like, realistically, the Protoss, because the opening was so good for him, he should just be playing to not, like, relatively safe, right? Because he has such a big lead, but it's not a bad play, honestly, to look for some kind of harass damage as long as we're going stuff behind it, right? So we're going Academy Armory, which is good, second factory, which is fine. I wouldn't even mind, like, a really fast third CC at this point to try and play catch-up. But we're going to need the extra factories, of course, to eventually take our third. But it's going to have to be a pretty late third. But, I mean, yeah, this is good, actually. We actually go up in workers. Go really far up in workers, actually. Okay, well, this was so successful for you. But we still can't push, right? I hope we're not going for a push. This looks like we might be thinking push. Is that what we do?
No, we're going third base.
Okay. I think third base is 100% correct here. Yeah. So you killed a bunch of probes, but obviously we didn't kill any army. He's been building up army for a while, so I think third base here is very good. I mean, the factories before the CC is also fine, right? Because you're going to need the army to eventually take this. I think this push out
is a bit risky, but I just okay. Let's make a base.
Yeah, it's very risky the way we did this for sure. We have like no army on the field right now at 11 minutes, but
yeah,
I would not have done it that way for sure. Luckily for us, he wasn't here. He wasn't ready to go.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit slow.
Look what happens next. I'm actually winning.
Yeah. I will say we're a little bit slow getting out here, right? In the sense that we needed to bring more SCVs. Like, completing this wall off really fast is good for us. But yeah, the turrets are good, and going for the wall is good. I would like to have said, like, or seen, like I said, our CC a lot sooner at this point. I think the turret ring, too, this is a really thick turret ring. It's kind of too much. So one thing you kind of need to do when you're trying to play from behind is try to cut some corners as well, right? Like, instead of, like, 4 turrets, let's do, like, 2 turrets and, like, mines and stuff, right? After we, like, force the drop. And just save that money, because it's, like, extra 150 minerals going towards our CC a lot sooner would be good. And then we actually have no turrets that are natural, which is crazy.
I saw his shuttle, so that's why I was over defensive.
Gotcha. I mean, the issue we're having right now is, like, yes, we're, like, kind of holding, but our growth is really, really slow. I mean, this should be a good fight for us.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. The issue, though, is, like, that was a great fight for us, but we're just now starting our 3rd CC, right? It should have been done a long time ago. And you can start in, like, the main and stuff, like, as you're taking all this, go ahead and start your CC in the main, so that it's, like, ready to fly over once you get everything secured. I mean, this game is super playable, actually. Like, the drop did a lot of damage. We just cleared that entire army. So this game is playable right now. We catch these probes, which is nice. We have cut workers a little bit. Alright. I assume we've been scanning his main and stuff, so I haven't really been paying attention. But if not, then, like, of course, it's always good to, like, scan and just double check, like, see what the tech is. This guy's not teching, he's, like, pure gateway man. So this is kind of, like, best case scenario for us, honestly, that he's pure gateway man. Do we have second armory? Yes, we do. So
I think maybe it's a issue. I needed to only 1 armory, not 2.
No, I think 2's fine. Against gateway man, I think 2 is completely fine. Like, your win condition is basically just getting maxed out against this. If he's not teching, you just max out, take a few bases, and you can crush the army. So this looks like it's going to be a decent catch. We kept some probes here. Pretty good. He's going to go up to 5 base now, but that's fine. I mean, like I said, one of the issues is just our 3rd being a lot later than it had to be. Adding the extra factories is good. I mean, the game's state, this is so playable, it's crazy. So I don't mind running out with vultures like this, right? It's good for, like, laying mines. You just gotta be a little bit careful not to bleed off too many, because the more you're bleeding off, it's also the longer it takes before we can start pushing. So just gotta be a little bit careful. I mean, you haven't been too bad, right? You called some probes, you kept these alive, you did pull back. So, like, that's fine, that's good. I was just, you know, just make sure in this game state we're being careful with our vultures, but yeah, you did fine there. So we're defending, we're getting our 2-2. Our saturation on our 3rd is very, very light right now. And we need some Goliath too, because he is doing shuttles, right? It's the 2nd time we've had a bunch of tanks picked off by shuttle. So always good to mix in a few Goliath ahead of time. Or just get better turret coverage, right? But I think your turret coverage is fine. You just need to make sure you get a couple of Goliath mixed in there sooner. Because losing tanks is also, right, like, really, really painful for us. Because we're looking to get our army. We're basically looking to max out at this point. And the sooner we max out, the better it is for us. We definitely are cutting too many SCVs, though. Like, we only have 10, right, mining minerals here. And now we're getting into Stargates. So, think about it this way, right? If our saturation, like, say we had, like, an extra 10 SCVs a long time ago, right? So that we'd be fully saturated on all 3 bases. 10 to 15 SCVs, we'll say. 10, actually. 10 is fine, yeah. And then imagine we have our Goliath and we don't bleed off all those tanks that we've bled off so far, right? We would be coming up on maxed with our 2-2, right? So it's just, if we sorted our, like, if we got our third base sooner, right? This is like, I just want to kind of put into perspective the importance of like cutting a few corners, or like how to optimize cutting your corners at least. Like I said, making 2 turrets here and then laying down some mines in our main instead to get that CC a little bit faster. So imagine we have that CC like 4 or 5 minutes later. We have those 10 extra SCVs. We've been mining, you know, all that extra this much longer, right? You'd be very close to maxed, while his supply would still be about the same, right? Looks like he's going into potentially a carrier transition. We are getting that +1, so this looks like it's going to be carriers. Again, I haven't been paying attention to your scans, but always be scanning to like kind of double check what the tech is. If you see core spinning, obviously, you know, always scan like the corners and stuff to see if they're adding gateways or not. Because if they're not adding gateways in their own 5 base, then there might be stargates hidden somewhere, you know. So yeah, we would be pretty much ready for a push out now. I still would probably at least want to wait for the +2. But you might have been able to get that faster with like the better eco and stuff. But yeah, if you're maxing and pushing now, like he only has these like he's only got what, 8 gateways? That's it. Yeah, he's just on 8 gateways. So yeah, we just sorted our eco kind of like what I was saying as I was watching. We'd be pushing now and he's just dead, 100%. He has no tech, right? He has no splash at all. Well, I guess we got 2 High Templar. Okay, well, he's got some splash. Okay, I take that back, but it still wouldn't matter. Like against Gateway Man, I think it's fine. And
I'm thinking, yeah, I will wait till 2-2, and when I skip 3-3 for some period, and then I attack maybe, move out.
Yeah, it's just the timing is really important, right? Like we've lost a few minutes on what our push timing would have been because of like those little things we weren't optimizing properly as far as how to play catch up. But your drop play was good. Like the drop got you 100% back into the game, and then him taking that really bad fight made this super playable.
Yeah, and I was amazed. Like I did so many good things, and I was not feeling ahead, you know. So yeah, basically SCV count.
SCV count, faster third. At least the CC itself. You don't have to take it like faster per se, but just getting the CC down faster, and then like while that's building, working on like securing the spot, kind of like you did. I mean, like I said, the way you did it was super dangerous. I think we kind of got lucky that he wasn't there waiting, because we definitely did not have enough army yet, but worked out this game. Yeah, so now we got carriers coming, and like this is part of why it's so important. Like if we had been fighting and pushing sooner, like I said, his ground army production's really weak, like really slow. We could have smashed this army and been reinforcing faster than he can. Like, you know, vultures build and reinforce like mega fast. So our tank count looks good, but we don't know that the carriers are coming. And like I said,
think the problem.
Go ahead.
With moving out, we have a lot of mines. I need to kill them because it's a bad practice. I laying too much mines, you know, on the entrance.
I mean, it's kind of tough. You don't have to like clear all this out. I would say like if you have it like this, try to clear like a path at least, right? You don't have to push fast against gateway men. Like now we're in a little bit of a hurry because of the carriers, but if we had been pushing faster, you can just kind of clear a path, like clear like this top side out as we're like moving out. Make like your siege line to make it where he's not comfortable pushing into you under this choke or something, and just kind of take your time pushing out initially. Because like clearing all these mines, I mean you can do it, but it's also very time consuming, so it just depends how you want to go about it. But obviously it is like pretty dangerous, especially if he's aware of it, to just move out through this. I mean, we're almost 3 minutes past what I feel like could have been the normal push timing for us. And we're not checking what he's doing. Yeah. He scanned his army so far. I don't know when the last time we scanned his base was, but it seems like it's been a very long time.
I tried not to move out, but trigger him to attack me. So it kind of worked.
Yeah, we'll see how he fights this. Like, he doesn't have to commit very much. You have so many tanks that are not a part of this fight. Like, he can kind of clear this front wave a little bit and then back up. But at this point, he's buying time for his carriers. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't have to overcommit. Yeah, so that's exactly what he did right. He fights here, he falls back. He takes that trade, he's building more carriers. Like, this is good for him.
And I'm still waiting for free. Which is bad, I guess.
Yes, it's not good. Well, it's not good because of what he's doing, and we didn't know what he was doing. We haven't been checking at all.
Oh, I kinda could have seen this. Wow, I didn't see that in the game.
He even attacked you with it, man. Yeah, and he's just taking the whole map because we're taking too long. We're almost 5 minutes past when we could have been pushing. So he's just been able to do whatever he wants for... Ever since that drop, basically, he's been able to do whatever he wants completely uncontested. So, I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. We're just steady carriers.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so... Like, I think the most important part of this game is the beginning. I think that's more important than anything else. Our opening was why we were in this crappy situation in the first place, but you still pulled it back, right? So, to me, the most important things, just a quick review here. When you see Zealot, make that third depot. If it's 2-gate, go siege first, right? And then, like, obviously, like, little micro mistakes. Like, don't lose this tank. Like, we lost a tank. That was unnecessary. Don't take 4 hits from a Zealot with our Vulture. Like, just simple things like this. So I think that's the most important thing. And then fast forwarding, your drop was good. Going up to these factory count is good. You can drop your CC pretty soon after these factories go down. And you can just make SCVs out of it until we're ready to take the base. You don't have to like prioritize it, just every now and then like maybe drop like queue up 2 or 3 or something. When you push out, when you're behind, I know it worked, but don't do this. We need to get way more army first before we're pushing out like this. We're not like in a big hurry. You know, little things like skipping, maybe not so many turrets, but like defensive mines with a couple turrets instead.
So how many tanks till I can move out?
I mean, it depends on the situation. That's kind of what's hard to teach, I guess. But it's just once you have like, yeah, like in this case. I mean, it's easy looking at the replay to say, right? Like, I would get, like, I don't know, 6 tanks, 6 to 8 probably, but it's just, you made your factories, you need to get a few cycles out before we're pushing out. And you can do it much slower, right? Like, you're laying mines up, like, out of the way as you're, like, pushing your tanks up and that kind of a thing. But the main thing is just when you build your extra factories, at least get a few cycles out of them. Just because they're finished doesn't mean it's time to go, right? You need to actually have the army. Because we know we were very far behind an army in the beginning. And then when you are pushing out, like, once you start getting into, like, especially in this area, bring a few SCVs a little bit quicker so you can close this off a lot faster. I mean, I think that's the main thing. The other thing is obviously, like, basic stuff, like, be scanning your opponent, right? Be checking the cyber core, scan the top right when they're taking corner bases. You're scanning to look for gateways. If there's no gateways, and that's like already like a big red flag. Because this carrier scan is the easiest scan ever. Like where he put the stargates, right? Like this would be I'm looking for how many gateways he has, and I would accidentally see the stargates, you know. And that's important information to have. You want to know if they have gateways up here because you want to know if you can just push straight to their main or not, right? Like if I scanned his main, even at this point. As I'm taking my third, which, again, I would have had it a little bit faster, but, like, say I've had my third for, like, a minute or two, right? Maybe not 2 minutes after the opening, but, like, a minute, we'll say. And then I scan the main and I see 8 gateways. I look at my factory count, I'm like, yo, I can start fighting now, right? Like, your production is on par with him, so I would scan top right. See, there's no gateways here. He's only on 8 gateways in his main, so we can start fighting, like, now. We can start pushing out now and taking our time. Because he doesn't have enough production to be fighting us. We're going to be on even factory count. Like, I mean, we'll be on 7, right? But that's still fine. I mean, you can add a couple more. If our SCV count's a little bit higher and we were mining a little bit faster, you can add a couple more sooner, too. But yeah, if I saw this, I'd be like, yo, we're going. Like, I see no tech. I see 8 gateways. I scan top right. I see no additional gateways. I feel like I'm winning this game 100% of the time.
Okay. I never check additional base actually. So yeah, it's a new for me information.
It's very, very important because you want to know what kind of production they have so you can make decisions, right? And you also want to know where you can push or like where you have to worry about stuff coming from. So like we see there's nothing top left. If you see no gateways here, it means he can only have army coming from his main base, and that's it. So we don't have to worry about like constant counters or like flanks or anything like that. You can just set up like your mines and stuff around when we're pushing. And you're just looking, you can fight his army, right? You can just chase his army and try to kill his army at that point, even.
Okay.
Any questions? Does it all kind of make sense?
I believe that's all.
Okay. And look at the second replay.
Second is very embarrassing.
Oh yeah. Losing my voice already. Of like the weakest voice on the planet, dude. Insane. All right, we got a TVZ. So give me a quick what you think went wrong here.
Well, he went for I believe it's his A rank or higher B, but I don't remember correctly, but maybe that's the case. So basically, he's doing shit, and I was like, oh, okay, easy win. not the case. He went for fast lurker into fast defiler. So I was like, okay, let's block his base from an entrance, but somehow he slipped 2 or 3 hydras in the center. I didn't do that. And he attacked me, blocked me, and I was like, oh, okay. And from there, it went downside.
Alrighty. Let's see this then. This is fighting
I almost
straight.
checked all the map, you know, from hide and catcher or something, but center, no.
He put a hatchery in the center?
Move. No, he just slipped 2 or 3 heaters in the center before me coming to his natural. So it was a surprise for me, but lurker blocked my entrance.
Yeah, we'll see what we do here then, because it shouldn't be... Like, realistically, you shouldn't be caught off guard, but I know sometimes it's not that easy. Okay, we did 20 CC, right? Looked like. So we're gonna need that extra depot. Okay, good. I'm not the biggest fan of second racks before gas.
Why?
Yeah, what's up, Love Snow? Well, I guess it depends what you're wanting to do, but I never feel like I'm getting any value out of second racks before gas. Like, ever. I mean, I guess it's, like, better against, like, a Link Flood or something, but...
I couldn't scout his main, so I was a bit cautious.
Yeah, but did we stick around to see, like, how many Lings were coming, or... Did we even spot the sunken?
A bit later, maybe.
Let me pay more attention here. Alright, so we saw the hatch timing, which means that it was pull first. We see the 2 Lings there. Comes out with 4. What does that, spook you? But this SCV doesn't have to come home. Like, you actually want this out on the map so we see... Yeah, Lings coming. And it's good to be, like, checking, right? You can just keep poking in and see. Like, if you poke back in, you see drones coming out, you don't need the second barracks, really. Especially if you see, like, the sunken and everything. So, if he's not chasing you, just poke back in every now and then, right? Like, just keep Keep poking in. See how many lings we've got. Even if he's chasing you, like, he doesn't have speed, right? So we can, you know, kind of circle around them, make him pay attention to that kind of thing. But here, he would let you poke in for free here, and you could see, oh, he made drones, right? And then we would see, like, the sunken. Be like, okay, he's making a sunken, so we don't need those racks like that.
At this point, I'm confused what he's doing. Like,
Sure.
I have no idea, so I'm just a bit over defensive and second racks.
I mean, I think it's fun, right? That's not, like, the worst. But for me, it's if I'm confused, my thought would be I'm getting my academy, right, faster. I'm getting my scanners faster so I can see what's going on and react properly. You're making extra marines, but you don't know what you're even trying to respond to yet. And in this case, it's like, well, we have extra marines versus a lurker rush that we're not going to see coming. So here we poke in, we see the sunken. We see the...
Which I think in this situation, two racks was a good response.
Why do you think that?
Because it's fast lurker, so I need more marines and medics to counter him.
No. It's fast lurker, so we want faster tech, right? But your extra marines aren't going to do anything for you. We want the faster scans, we want the faster academy, right? We want the faster stim and range, we want scanners, we want factories. Like, if I scan a fast lurker Queen's Nest, and I went 2 racks, that feels awful. Because our tech is the answer to that, right? We want tanks and we want vessels. We don't want more marines.
Okay.
I mean, it's, like, fine for, like, coming out and fighting them, right? To have the extra bio. But you're not gonna, like, win the game off of that. Your win condition is getting your vessels and tanks out before he's, you know, swarming our natural. So yeah, here you're saying he hides these hydras in mid, right?
I didn't see that. Yeah, it's a bit... And I was, like, pretty confident I'm blocking him from moving out.
But why? Like, why would you be confident? Because we don't see anything. Right? Look how much of the map is dark. What makes you confident that you're blocking him right now?
I'm scouting SCV, like, a lot of map. I see no hatchery, I see no links, so lurker maybe a bit later. I don't know the exact time of lurker attack, so yeah, that's why I was confident.
Well, okay, let me just say you shouldn't feel confident, right? So you're scouting back and forth like this, he sees where your SCV is the entire time, right? Look how much time and darkness we have on the map. We don't know if he has this third, we don't know if he took 6, if he took bottom left, if he has this. He could easily have a third anywhere on the map. And he knows where our scouting information is right now. So there is no reason we should be confident or comfortable about this at all. The only thing right now is that we've scanned a really low drone count with Hydra and Queen's Nest at 5.5 minutes. This would be screaming to me that he's up to something crazy. There's no way he's sitting at home right now. Right? That would be wild. And you drop an extra barracks instead of a factory. This response is just completely wrong. We need to be getting into tanks and vessels.
Would you prefer a tank siege or a vulture mine because it's faster?
Siege.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like against defilers and lurkers, maybe mines are better, no?
I mean, we're pretty far off from defiler right now. I mean, I would just vessel. You would have vessels though before we're worrying about defiler. And, like, we'd be pressuring him and stuff. I mean, it depends what he's going to be doing, obviously, but... For instance, if I scout 2 base lurker, I am always I'm taking my second gas, and I'm dropping a factory immediately. You should go into... So I did, like, 2 factory last time I scanned this, but it's because the guy was low rank, and I was just gonna kill him quicker. But if it's, like, a higher rank and I scout this, I'm not actually making 2 fact. You go 1 fact starport. Like, always. If you ask any other Terran, they'll tell you this is the response. If you see, like, a lurker rush like this.
Okay.
Marines are not... Like, more barracks is not going to... It's just not good. You can't beat like Mass Lurker with Marine, right?
Oh, that's why I was confident. I saw his Hydra in the natural, and like, oh, okay, he's just camping.
Well, this is just, again, right? So look at his vision, right? This is because he saw you moving, right? He sees everything, right? Compare that to this, right? We know this, that we're just now walking out, and we know that there's nothing here right now. We have no idea what's here. We scanned, which is good. There's no drones here, which means he's been making units, right? Like, it's not many, obviously, but I would see this and feel like there's units missing. If I saw 2 Lings and 2 Hydra, something's wrong here, for sure. Because we saw the drone count was really, really low. We see super fast Hydra and Queen's Nest. So we know he's going for, like, a cheese. And pushing out's not necessarily the worst idea, but I would not have ever risked this, to be honest with you. Because we don't know if he's had units down here. We don't know if he's got units here, which he does. I mean, we just have no vision anywhere. So this push out to me is crazy, honestly. Like, I would have, like, a spotter, like, SCV probably, like, down here. And maybe be, like, around my bridge or something. Maybe try to have some, like, spotting somewhere. Because I would imagine that I'm getting all in right now. The Queen's Nest obviously implies that he's going for Defiler, but I would imagine that he had a lot more units than he did. I would be very surprised to see how few units he had, and when I see the Sunkens coming down with the Lurker, I would immediately assume that I'm getting counterattacked, because why is he desperately trying to stay alive when he has no economy? Right? There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Like, he's been teching and making units, right? He's been cutting drones to make army, but he's getting defensive. This screams counterattack to me. It's the same thing that they do with mutas, right? When, like, someone's, like, muta all-inning you, and you go to counter, what do? They make, like, 8 Sunkens and keep attacking with the muta, right? It's the same concept here. It's just with lurkers instead. So, there are, like, signs that did kind of indicate what was happening. And then, like I said, our response is just a little bit wrong. We don't need the extra barracks, we need the faster tech. Because, like, what are we going to do here, right? You're trying to contain them, but we don't need to know we're actually containing them properly, which, you know, we're not. I understand you were like, you thought you were, but I hope you can see why you shouldn't have thought that you were.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if you were 100% sure that he wasn't out on the map, then this is, like, a fantastic play, I think, right? Like, the spotter SCV is good so you can see moving around. You got these out here to, like, poke him if he starts coming out, because he is going for this Defiler Lurker push, is what this looks like, right?
Pause for a second. I have also additional SCV at the bottom left, you know, just scouting every, like, hatchery possible.
Yeah, this is good to be doing, for sure.
The only thing I'm not scouting center.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't have checked center at this point either, to be fair. I mean, I wouldn't have been out on the map, personally, because I would not have had the confidence to be out on the map in this case. But I definitely would be thinking he has to have, like, a hidden expo or something. Like, I agree with scouting every spot. That's absolutely what you should have been doing, for sure. But you just shouldn't have been confident that you were containing him here. I mean, this is like, yeah, this is how we lose.
So I needed to be near the entrance, or where with my Marines?
I mean, fighting spirit's a little bit hard, but yeah, I probably would have been, like, out around here-ish, because I'd be worried about a surround, so I wouldn't want to come out too far. And then I'd have, like, an SCV spotting here.
Okay, I agree.
But for me, the difference would be my tech would be much, much faster. Like, my starport would be done, not my factory, you know? So, like, my win condition is getting my vessels and tanks out. Whereas he, like, has to kill me. If I scan and sell that many drones, I'm like, okay, surviving is winning, right? All you have to do is not die. And the best way to not die against Zerg, you know, you can get, like, a bunker here. You can even make, if you're like really worried, I mean, you can do bunker here, have your Marines out here, and just keep fighting backwards, right? Like, you know how to, like, fight against Lurker, right? It's like stem, fight a little bit, back up as the Lurkers are burrowing, just keep doing that over and over again. And once your tanks and vessels are out, I mean, he's dead. He has no economy.
And what would you prefer after just factory is done? You go immediately starport, right?
Yes.
But you prefer tank siege because it's 300 minerals, or just vessel and irradiate? Which comes first?
I mean, you should be able to get both. That's what I'm saying. As soon as I scout it, like, my factory goes down and my second gas goes down immediately, right? So your second gas is really late and you weren't mining it correctly. So it's like, instead of the extra barracks, it's gas factory straight into starport, right? So you'd be mining the extra gas for a very long time. So you can get both, right? You're only going to go up to like 2 or 3 siege tanks, typically like 3 max. But you can go straight into your vessel, and if you need to cut tanks because you don't have the gas for a vessel, like vessel is more important. You don't need a ton of tanks. You only need a few tanks. Like, you don't really ever want to go over 3 tanks, especially if they're going Defiler. But if it's like Hydra Defiler like this, it's fine. Because it's going to be so hard for him to trade, and he just doesn't have the economy to trade properly. Like, now he's trying to drone up some, which is weird. I mean, I guess he has to do something. And here he's going around, but it's like, look, we don't have an answer for this.
Yeah.
Like, our vessel should be out. We should be here with tanks already pushing this back.
Not enough scans. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you would need scan if your vessels were out too.
And also, at this moment, I'm just, oh fuck, I forgot make some bunkers. It was so obvious.
Yeah, well, I mean, realistically, you don't even need the bunker. Like, if you were just in the right position, you wouldn't need the bunkers anyway. It's only 3 lurkers right now. Like, he actually has so little, it's crazy. He's so all in with nothing to show for it. He's relying entirely on getting, like, lucky positioning with Defiler, basically. And we're basically giving it to him for free. But you honestly should be able to clear this up. Like, if we just scan stim and go.
I don't know why I never... Oh my god.
I know we're just not scanning. Walking in a straight line. We're dying to 3 lurkers when we had plenty to kill it anyway.
Yeah, I was a bit too tired for this game. Excuses. But that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. Despite all of this, you had it. It's only
but you say the
lurkers.
important part: fast gas and fast factory. That's what I wanted. So it's very useful information.
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking I don't want to risk, and I will wait for tank just to not lose my marines, which I need for future attacks.
I mean, I guess, but how many marines are we missing now because we're not mining our natural for so long? He went in after the scan's about to run out. We lost all marines anyway. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I assumed if Defiler show up, yeah, we're just gonna lose here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so you like... Oh, we did a drop? Is that what happened here? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a drop play is actually not a bad play. And again, this is something you could have done a lot sooner as well, right? With the faster tech.
As I understand, when I get starport, Arn can do 1 dropship before I can make a vessel. So maybe it's a good play.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too. Depending on what they're doing, I think it's fun. If you're doing 1 starport in a factory, I think it's fine to do sometimes. It just depends. Just make sure you're not, like, delaying your vessel extra for it, because here, the vessel with the tank is more important, because we're avoiding this as much as possible, right? I mean, this is his only win condition, is getting this right here at our front, so... Yeah, and then of course, I mean, these are things that I don't know how to, like, teach, right? Like, we should have never taken damage from these 3 lurkers like this. And I don't know how to teach stuff like this. Like, this is the hard part for teaching some stuff. Like, we've got our scans ready now. We have 3 Marines here. We got an extra 3 coming out soon. We have way more than enough to kill this, so it's like... Especially because he burrows here. If this goes straight down, makes a line, stims, you scan, and then you just like crush it with these 3 plus these 3 coming out. Like, this is the easiest cleanup on the planet. Right? But I don't know how to teach this kind of stuff to somebody. Like, you don't even have to fight it here. Just... It's like, stem your 12, make your straight line, and then go. Like, go and scan. But instead, I don't know if you like mess up your hotkeys or something. Like, we just straight line into these and then.
Yeah, it was.
Hurts my soul. I have to leave.
Sorry. Not my best performance.
Yeah, well, you said it was embarrassing, so I get it. Yeah. We all have games like that. I get plenty of games like that too.
I don't know. I just think he's doing shit. I needed to win this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need to learn a lot of basics before that. Because this strategy is like it's a gay strat, you know. Just completely just counter it and you win, free win.
Yeah, there's a lot of all-ins that are the win condition is just don't die and you win the game, right? And that this is a good example of understanding just how to respond to make sure you don't die and then you just win the game because you're so far ahead. Zerg cheeses are... It's like... If you know the response, or like if you at least can like adapt and you can defend it well and the game's instantly over, or you make a few mistakes and you lose instead, right? Like this, I mean, this is like the general concept for holding cheese anyway, but I think for Zerg it's like even more so because their drone count is so dead that even doing like a lot of economical damage a lot of times isn't good enough for them. They have to like actually kill you. And yeah,
I don't know, just so fragile race like Terran. You need to do everything perfect. One mistake, you're losing. Like, just it's absurd, you know. Just high maintenance race.
I think that's a little bit of Terran propaganda, to be honest, especially at this rank, right? Like, you didn't lose this game because you made 1 mistake. You lost this game because you made 20 mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, we made the extra barracks, we didn't make our second gas, we didn't drop our factory right away, we came out on the map when we didn't have information on where his army is, we didn't fight the lurkers correctly, like, these all added up to the loss.
Yeah, if you put it this way, yeah, I agree. But maybe, if one SCV on the center, yeah, I could make a lot of mistakes, but they were not, like, critical, maybe.
Yeah.
So, that was the most important one, I believe. Also, I know that you're low on your voice, but just let me know because I just remembered I played TVZ 8 minutes against A rank.
Okay.
And I'm confused. He made a lot of links, like link all in, and I just countered kind of successfully, you know. But when he switched to very fast mutas, like I don't know when he get all of that, and he killed me instantly. So I don't know how could I predict that he's going muta very fast, and how could I counter? But it's up to you because I understand your voice is very, 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 very low right now, so I don't want you to lose your health.
No, it's okay. Hang on 1 second. How does not work? One second.
Okay.
Well, I had the replay, but I don't know how to show battery replays. It's not loading properly. So yeah, I'll just take it from you then.
What should I do?
No, you're good. Just hang on.
No.
Okay.
And
Oh,
for this game, I have absolutely no idea.
yeah, I mean, this is like a 400
This is
MMR
like
gap, so...
high-level stuff.
So you're saying he did what now?
Link all in. I don't know, 16, maybe 18
Okay.
links, but I countered it, and I was like, oh, okay, because I understood his A rank, he will do crazy shit, and he did. He prevented me for scouting him, which he did great, but he didn't know that I have another scouting at CV, and I saw his link all in. The problem is, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. yeah. I was a bit tired, and I forgot which map is it. I was thinking I'm on the bottom. It's ridiculous, but yeah.
I got
That's
I mean, I've made
bad
mistakes
placement.
like this, so I get it.
Bad placement. But anyway, how could I understand that he's link all in without me getting lucky? Because at this game I was just getting lucky, but I saw that.
I mean, a lot of times I don't know things are coming, but I like never died to it, to be honest with you. Where are we going?
Okay.
Wait, what are we doing here? No, we're trolling.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky because I wanted to see his hatchery. I didn't see it. His A rank, I think his timing is great.
Yeah.
A bit, mistake.
I mean, yeah. I never do this. I don't recommend this. There's like certain like build timings you can do where this is like kind of okay, but yeah, this ain't it.
I'm just doing S rank shit, just improvising.
So we're soloing. Who made the bunker?
Yeah,
He's
and look, he's scouting every map for my another scouting SCV.
Mm-hmm.
Every map. So at this point, I know nothing about him. What he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to, right? But we're doing the 2 racks thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of blind. Hoping for Mastling.
I wasn't hoping, but look, my second SCV comes, and I see, oh, a lot of links. Now I understand.
Mm-hmm.
How could I know that without this SCV? I don't know.
I mean, you don't really need to know. Like, yeah, I don't think you need to know. Like, I'd keep my Marines on my ramp. I mean, you should be walling anyway, realistically, but I don't wall, so I can't really preach on that. But I keep all my Marines on the ramp, and then it's just when the links show up, you drill and stuff, and it holds on its own.
I'm not losing SCV, I'm not losing a lot of Marines, but Mute is coming.
Yeah, but we didn't start our eBay, so...
Mm.
And you scouted the Spire even, but you should always be assuming Spire anyway. I mean, we just skipped eBay, right? There's not really much to say about this.
What do you mean we skipped it? Because it's... When should I do it? Because I'm preferring Steam and Range, right? So what's the correct build order here?
So very similar to the Lurker game, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just made a million Zerglings. He made a ton of Zerglings. He has no economy. So once again, surviving is winning. We don't have to prioritize like stim necessarily. Like his meter count initially is going to be low enough that just the mutas or the turrets are fine, but like stim and range doesn't save you from muta. You have to have turrets too, period. Even if you have both stim and range, it doesn't matter. But you scouted Spire, and even if you didn't scout Spire, you should know. But we're just dead to muta, right? Like there's no way we can survive muta here without turrets. This is not possible. So that's why I say skipping. We're skipping because we're dead because we didn't make our eBay.
So I needed to skip a couple of Marines.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stim?
I mean, you can do stim after eBay, yeah. But yeah, we can cut a couple Marines and go eBay, and then stim, and then back into our Marines. It's fine. But I absolutely would have prioritized eBay first. Because, I mean, yeah, I mean, I keep saying it, but it is what it is. Like, without turrets, you're just dead.
But if you skip Marines, you can die from linked attack.
Well, we saw the Spire.
So, I didn't.
Well, first of all, you did. You just didn't notice, I guess.
But in-game, I didn't.
But this is also another side effect of, like, our late scanners all the time. And, yeah. Our Marine count feels low, too. We're going 2 racks before gas. Like, our Marine count feels wrong. Because this is like less Marines than I have when I go 1 racks a cab at this point. Yeah, I mean, look, we're making the second racks, but, like, we're not even building Marines, right? So what good is that doing us? Like, think about it this way. Okay, let's actually look at this. I'm going to show it. I'm going to explain it this way for you. So let's watch how often our barracks is going idle.
Okay.
So in the beginning, I imagine there won't be many missed cycles. Okay, we cancel one, but that's actually kind of crazy, now that I think about it. We canceled the Marine after we saw the Lings. But okay, it's fine. And then we go Bunker. So I think Bunker here is fine because we saw the Lings. You don't need to pull so many SCVs, though. Like, you kind of just need enough to, like, block the ramp, basically. So, like, 3 or 4, maybe. Would have to pull so many. But yeah, okay. So, like, missed a little bit of a Marine there, right? And then we go barracks instead of gas, okay? Which gas could have been, like, started a lot sooner. And with the gas, also, right, we're saving that 50 minerals, so it could have been a Marine started immediately instead. Okay, so it's like almost an entire Marine that we just missed, right? And then our second racks is finished and it's both idle. So we've missed 2.5, maybe 3 Marines at this point, like legit, right? And our gas is late. So what have we got out of the second rack so far before these Lings show up? Like, actually nothing. We're just missing 3 Marines right now. I'll say 2. We'll say 2.5. Okay, we're missing 2.5 Marines right now.
If I'm not skipping Marines, my tech will be late, like Academy and Refinery. So I'm skipping to build higher tech faster.
Well,
which not make sense actually.
yeah. Well, like we would basically have 3 more Marines right now, and this barracks would have been a gas much sooner, right? And then your academy could have been sooner. Like, I know what you're trying to say, right? That we missed 3 Marines, so there's 150 minerals, right? And you're just making the Marines the entire time, but this is kind of not how it works out because you're not spending that 150 like non-stop. We're floating like 84 right now.
But isn't it the case for 2 racks you're cutting something Marines, SCVs?
I mean, I don't know because I never do 2 racks before gas. I actually don't know what that feels like, to be honest with you, because I don't think there's really any value in that. Personally.
The value if maybe third hide and hatch, you can attack him before Muta or something.
With what? You won't have stim and range. Like,
we can move out on the map faster.
Without your upgrades, though. So what does that really do for you, right? So what? We're moving out faster, but we won't have stim or range, or like we'll be missing at least one of them. It's not really even faster. Like, what is like a 2 racks timing, right? With stim, a 2 racks stim timing is like what, 5:15, 5:30, something like that, right? Our academy finishes around 5:30-ish. So our academy finishes when we would have like 8 marines and 2 medics and stim. Right? Instead we have what, 10 marines? I guess we lost 1, so we had 11. Like there's nothing to gain from this at all. We don't have +1 on the way, we don't have our stim done like we normally would. So like part of why you feel pressured to be like, oh, I have to choose, do I make stim or range or eBay? Well, this is because we made the second racks that, well, we're making extra units out of for no reason because we're playing defensive anyway. So like everything's late. Our range is late, our stim is late, our turrets are late, like everything's late because we made the second racks with extra units now. That came in later, like basically post-push.
So my thinking third is not correct one. If I see like 9 pool before hatchery, I should go to 2 racks because of link attack. Not the case.
I don't know what like a better Terran than me would say, because I actually don't know, but I would not do that, no.
In this case, I completely agree with you, but I just want to understand the logic behind it.
Yeah, so at least my thinking for it is, and again, I would need a better Terran to maybe correct me on this one, because I'm not super confident on this one. I actually don't know the correct answer per se. But my thinking is, if I see 9 pool, I'm not making a second racks because they're either A, going to try and play catch up with droning, or B, they're following up with another all-in. And in both cases, I want to get my tech up faster so that I can either get aggressive or have the tech to defend. Right? Because you're not getting aggressive without stim and range, right? You're almost always waiting for both. Unless we're doing like a 2 racks a cat or something like that, right? But you're at least getting stim before we're pushing out, no matter what. So the faster I get my tech up, the faster I can actually try to kill the Zerg if he's trying to be greedy. Or the faster I'll have like tanks and vessels or whatever I need, you know, stim and range for if it's like lurkers or muta or whatever, right? So I feel like either way, you want to be teching faster.
It makes a lot of sense.
And you defend 9 pull with just 1 racks, right? Like if it's 9 pull speed, it's 1 racks and then you're just putting SCVs on the ramp. You'll do like a high ground CC or something, and if they're continuing to make marines or lings, I mean, and just keep pumping marines, right?
The only thing, as I understand, if Turex game helps you to move out with a lot of marines when the stim is done and just half range. So maybe you have more map control instead of 1 rack because you start your marine production later a bit.
Yeah, but again, I'm going to reference this again. We go second racks before gas and a CAD, right? So what we had was 3 more marines and 2 less medics, and we didn't have stim.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
But during the 1 racks, you when do you build a bunker? When do you skip it?
It just depends what you're scouting from Zerg. If you're not able to scout anything, then just build the bunker. But typically, like, if you're not walling, because, again, I don't wall, right? So, most Terrans would tell you just to wall. But if you're not going to wall, I just keep my marines on the ramp. If I can't get information, I will make the safety bunker. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. Oops, sorry about that. But yeah, like it's just 100 minerals. It's not the end of the world if they're not going lings, but obviously it's better to make the bunker than die to mass ling. But if you're like scouting and you're seeing that they're not cutting drones, right? You see like a decent drone count, everything looks normal, then we can skip the bunker. But if you're not able to get information, then just make the bunker.
And if after initial scouting, I can see 6-5 speed links near my base, and I can't scout again,
just make the bunker.
I assume I will need bunker.
Yeah, just make the bunker at that point.
Okay.
And it's not even like a bad thing to have, right? Like if you have this kind of like bunker on the ramp here, it's still decent against Muta too, right? Like it protects your depots and stuff, right? It's good at like covering the ramp and stuff from Muta, so like the bunker is not useless even if they don't ling all in you.
Yeah, and also good argument that you will have faster fire bats from 1rax, so yeah.
Yeah.
If you load it in the bunker, you will be safer. So maybe it's advantage actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you're still gonna have the second racks too, right? If you're doing like 2 racks a CAD. I personally like to do 1 racks a CAD into 3 racks. This is like my favorite build right now, but I haven't been practicing it very much, so you'll have to ask
You're doing
else.
1 racks a CAD or 1 racks eBay?
1 racks a CAD.
Which one? CAD.
Because the reason I like this build, 1 racks a CAD, is because you end up with, you'll have your 3 racks, and you'll have 3 medics and like 10 or 11 marines with stim and range by the time Muta show up. And what ends up happening is they're going to have like 5 or 6 Muta, right? And you can be out here with that army, and that threatens them. So they can't like commit to you, so you can actually delay your turrets. But I'm not going to teach you this because it's something I'm still practicing, and I haven't been playing for like a month or 2 now. So... But it's something Remap the Mind was teaching me, and I like it a lot.
Okay. Yeah, TVZ for me is the weakest, so yeah.
Yeah, it actually, I think it's my strongest right now. Or it was when I was playing.
I'm still learning a couple of things from you, from Love Snow, from Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just trying to map out the whole like knowledge which you guys have.
Yeah, I know it's probably a lot. But my big thing, and I'm going to go back to this in the first replay. Please, please, please do not focus so much on like super optimizing stuff for like S rank or A rank play. Let's fix our basics, right? Let's fix the simple stuff and get into like really good habits, and then we'll start, once our micro's improving and we're hitting our builds better and stuff like that, we're identifying the information that we're scouting, we're understanding how to respond, then we can start talking about these optimizations.
Yeah, I will try. Yeah, because I don't know, I watch too much pro gamers like, oh, we're doing this stuff, and I will try it. Yeah, every time happens every time. So yeah, I agree. I need to just be a little bit slower.
Yep.
And also this barrack, like, it was so lucky because I misplaced them, and it was beneficial for him in this case.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I fixed my streaming, or confirmed my streaming problem.
I'm also glad. I miss your streams. You stream not too much.
Yeah.
Maybe you stream a bit, but not ladder games now, which I am prioritizing.
I understand. Yeah, I've not been streaming a lot of ladder lately. Or really any ladder lately. I'll probably get back into it like soon-ish, but yeah, not yet.
Okay, when can I possibly be when it can be possible?
Maybe like 2 weeks to a month, somewhere in between there. And I might not be playing Terran, I don't know. We'll see.
No.
see what I'm in the mood for when I finally start playing again. Maybe I'll just mix it up and play both.
With Protoss?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh
Sad
no.
idea. We're losing our team here, Terran team. But actually, I'm amazed that you switched to Terran after you playing Protoss, because it's like it's a challenge, you know, to play Terran, way harder.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, yeah, I will do it. Challenge accepted. So it's wow. It's no Protoss in the whole universe and whole history of StarCraft switched from Protoss to Terran, except you.
That's not true. I think plenty have done it. Maybe.
But you're MVP anyway, so
True.
that's my point. It's kind of exception, you know. It's like 90%. It's not will be true, and 10%, yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I started playing Protoss, no, I'm never switching back. No. I just want to kill all games with center gates, DTs, river drops.
Sure.
It's so easier.
It's the correct way to play Protoss. I don't do it that way. That's why I was a weak Protoss.
Oh, you never been, from my perspective, never. Okay, I don't want to waste your time anymore. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
I
good.
appreciate for your help.
No problem. I will.
If from time to time, if we can do that again, if I'm not very like wasting your time, I would very be appreciative.
Yeah, no problem. I can do it every now and then for sure.
Okay.
I tend to get busy or distracted and then completely lose track and like forget things. So it's not that I'm like not responding on purpose or something. Sometimes I just forget. I'm doing a lot of stuff all the time. So I'm a very scatterbrained person to begin with.
So you have high APM, but in real life.
Something like that.
Multitasking pro gamer. Nice. No, it's completely okay. Don't worry. It not bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything fine. I understand. We're not pro gamers. We have work. We have our duties and some stuff in life. Yeah, it's completely normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will be in touch then.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. See ya. Have a great day, man.
You too. See ya.
See ya.
My voice is gone. Alright guys, that's all I was going to do. I was just going to stream a little coaching session here. I don't know what I'm going to do later tonight, so we will see.
IAMSLOW7 just donated $5. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate that. I hope that actually helps you out, man. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. My voice is already shot after, I guess it was over an hour. It's actually crazy to not feel like I was doing this for very long. That's wild. That actually just blew my mind a little bit. I thought this was like 20 or 30 minutes. Guess that explains why my voice is gone then, because I've been talking non-stop. But, alright, I'm gonna head out. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna be back and doing later tonight. We'll see. I'll try and stream something. We'll figure it out. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope this was helpful to somebody. Maybe I'll even upload it to YouTube or something. A little bit of start uploading some coaching stuff, maybe. Could be good for other people as well. But appreciate all of you. Hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.